Welcome to the Intramural Captains Meeting. Please remember to take the quiz at the conclusion of this video. Captains have numerous responsibilities, including understanding team policies, relaying information to team members, and game day procedures. Team names that are offensive in any manner are prohibited. Team names may not contain any offensive language. The intramural office reserves the right to change any team name for any reason. Only rostered participants are eligible to play. To be added to the roster, players must accept the roster invitation from the captain, complete the online waiver, and complete the online quiz. To be eligible for playoffs, players must be listed on the roster prior to the end of the regular season. Additionally, teams may not have more than 2 sport club athletes of the same or a related sport, and teams may not have any intercollegiate or professional athletes of the same or a related sport. If your team will be unavailable during your scheduled games, we ask that you email the intramural office by 4 p.m. on game day or 4 p.m. on Friday for weekend games. Your team will be credited with a loss, but it will not be a forfeit, and thus your team will still be eligible for playoffs. However, 2 defaults will result in removal from the league without a refund. A forfeit is when no players are present at game time and no notification is given, or when sportsmanship issues lead to a game being canceled by the officials. All teams who forfeit are no longer eligible for playoffs. On to the racquetball playing rules. Singles is played with 1 player per side, while doubles is played with 2 players per side. A match consists of the best of 3 games, with games being played to 15 points. Only the serving team may score. Intramural racquetball has a 55-minute time limit. Whichever team is ahead at 55 minutes wins the match. Service is initiated in the service zone and must hit the front wall and rebound behind the short line. 1 fault is allowed. Racquetball has 2 types of hinders, a dead ball hinder and an avoidable hinder. A dead ball hinder results in a replay of the rally. An avoidable hinder results in a point for the opponent or a turnover of serve. Players must wear non-marking footwear and goggles for intramural racquetball. All rules not explicitly stated in the intramural rules found online follow the USA Racquetball official rules. Sportsmanship is vital in intramural sports. We ask all participants to be respectful to the opposing team, spectators, and intramural staff. Only you, the captain, should be discussing rules or calls with the officials, and it should be done in a respectful manner. Profanity will result in unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. At the end of each game, the officials will assign a sportsmanship rating based on the benchmarks below. A 2.5 is the highest grade a team may receive if issued an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. A 2.0 is awarded if a team receives multiple unsportsmanlike conduct penalties or a single ejection. If multiple ejections occur, a 1.0 is the highest grade that can be given, and a 0 is used for any team with very poor behavior or fighting. Individual players may be ejected and suspended for the following reasons: participating under an assumed name, dissent towards the intramural staff, earning 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties in the same game, using offensive or vulgar language directed at another individual, fighting or violent behavior, and possession of alcohol or participating while intoxicated. Remember though, this list is not inclusive. Ejected participants must meet with the intramural coordinator prior to reinstatement. Team suspensions, while rare, may occur. The intramural office reserves the right to remove or suspend teams with behavioral issues without a refund. This includes teams that receive below a 1.0 sportsmanship rating, teams with frequent behavioral issues, or teams who participate in fights or altercations. Remember the following game day procedures. Game time is forfeit time. If no players are present at game time, the game is a forfeit. If any players are present, the team is allowed 5 minutes past game time to get the minimum number of players checked in. In order to check in, all players must be on the roster and present a valid U-card or government-issued photo identification card. The most common photo ID cards are driver's licenses and passports. Your duties on site may be passed to a team member in your absence. This includes pre-game meeting with officials and signing the score sheet at the end of each game. Playoffs are offered to teams that meet the following criteria: no forfeits, a minimum sportsmanship rating of 3.0, and a minimum winning percentage of 500. Facility space may limit the number of eligible teams to be scheduled for the playoffs. And remember, the intramural office reserves the right to remove any team from the postseason for disciplinary reasons. Here in Minnesota, inclement weather can be a concern. If you are concerned with your game status, please check Twitter 30 minutes prior to your game for updates. The intramural Twitter handle is @UMNIMSports. Remember, games are rarely canceled. The intramural office is located on the second floor of the Racquetball Center, suite number 278. The preferred method of communication with the intramural office is by email at imsports@umn.edu or by phone at 612-625-8094. Remember to take the quiz on IM Leagues to get credit for this meeting. Good luck this season, and we'll see you on the fields.